Hello, Gemini. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your Love and Life reading, focused on the 1st of August all the way through the 15th. I can't believe I'm saying that right now, that we're already in August. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what's coming up for you this month. And we're going to start with present energies of the connection, whoever it is that you are thinking about. It is general, so please do keep that in mind as this reading unfolds and take from it what makes sense for you. Release the rest. We're going to start with this deck by Angelic Revelation 144, Lovebirds and Spirit Animals. All right, so taking a look at the present energies of your connection through your spirit animals, and we'll clarify with tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. All right, let's see. Present energies. We're starting things off with the Lion. Some of you guys could be thinking of a Leo, perhaps. And it's interesting because we are in Leo season. So this card does say a divinely fated connection. Divine masculine and divine feminine. Making a brave move towards a love interest. A deep inner knowing about this person and connection. A sense of safety with open, honest communication, an honorable, reliable person with high integrity, a strong power couple, a love and business partner working together in divine mission, a connection that brings peace and new energy into your life. What a beautiful message to get this reading off the ground, Gemini, entering into Leo season with this card. That's amazing. And then we have the polar bear right after that. There is a need to bring peace to your relationship, remove negativity, and restore harmony. So if you guys are going through some issues right now, if you do need to restore peace in the partnership, it's coming through here, perhaps letting us know that. Let's grab one more spirit animal. We have Kestrel. I'm not familiar with this one. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Kestrel symbolizes knowing when to act and when to commit to a relationship. Okay, I mean, clearly we see here from the Lion card that this is, as it says, a fated connection, divinely fated between you and your person, whether you are the masculine or the feminine watching this reading. You see this person, as it says, as someone who could represent perhaps your other half, a strong power couple. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we need to know in addition to that. We're going to pull some tarot messages here. So I'm going to start with my tarot teacher deck. So when it comes to your spirit animals here for the present energies of the connection, the two of you together, I feel, are stronger together rather than when you are apart. And, you know, as it says, it's time to remove whatever negative energies might be surrounding the two of you. Time to restore peace and harmony here. Look at this. We've got the Sun. Unbelievable. And then we've got the Six of Cups. And it kind of makes sense to me that we have a Tower here. If it's time to restore peace, perhaps there was something a little bit catastrophic and chaotic going on in the partnership. But you can restore peace. The Sun is represented right here, letting us know that you can still be successful in this connection towards union. For those of you who are looking long-term, perhaps towards marriage, that is still possible. Six of Cups. It's a card letting us know that for those who have experienced this very unexpected Tower moment in your connection, Gemini, you're still thinking about this person. They're still thinking about you. This is about nostalgia right here, reminiscing about memories that you guys have shared in the past. Also, reminiscing because there's a part of your heart or their heart that is wanting reunion, wanting to bring this connection back together. But it comes down to timing, you know, and that I feel is why this card here is saying you got to know when to commit, when to act. Because if it's done hastily or if it's done when someone's not ready, that might then create another tower moment. So timing, I feel, has to be right when it comes to this partnership. Those are the present energies right now. I still feel here, Gemini, you feel the connection, so do they, but you guys had perhaps an unexpected breakup here. It might have been a decision that you had to make out of the blue, or they had to. For whatever reason, you guys had to go your separate ways. So let's dig a little bit deeper and what they're not telling you. Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to start with my silhouettes deck here. Angels and spirit guides, please focusing on Gemini for the first half of August for this love and life reading. What are they not telling you? Look at this. We have point of view. You've turned my world upside down. So this for me is masculine energy, and that tower certainly could have represented that this person's world was turned upside down by an unexpected separation, perhaps from the feminine. Maybe they didn't see it coming or they weren't expecting it. Look at this, guys. There was something toxic about the relationship, or maybe some toxic energies surrounding it, which is why the polar bear card is indicating here that you have to remove whatever these negative energies are. And there definitely were some in the connection. It's coming through as poison. It could have been really what contributed to that tower, and you got to know when to walk away from that. And look at this, loneliness. What they're not telling you is that they're lonely, and perhaps they're trying to see things from your point of view now that you guys are more than likely at a distance from one another. They perhaps also could have recognized within themselves that they were toxic for you at the time. And maybe feminines, if this is resonating with you and knowing that you had to walk away from a masculine, they recognize that here. They're not telling you because maybe they're a little bit embarrassed to admit this, but this does say, I've seen these clouds before, but I don't ever recall them looking so sad. It must feel this emptiness in my heart and the storm falling down from my eyes. Okay, so this person has definitely shed tears as a result of the distance and separation. Maybe you both have. Take this only if it applies, because we do have the bride card coming through here. Okay, so someone could have been married here. That could have created this toxic situation for some of you. It could have also been a third-party situation, and that's why that tower came down. Look at this. And then we've got bitterness when someone else lives happily ever after with the one you love. And again, take it only if it applies, but we have a person here that's observing from a distance because they can't be with the person that they love, because that person could already be taken, they could be married, they could already have been in a committed partnership. Wow. Let's grab some words. I'm going to pull from the Hidden Truth Oracle. This is by All Things Intuitive. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini for this love and life reading. But this is quite telling what's presenting itself here. I don't react when people mention you. So we might have a person here that, tries to put up a front. As it says, they don't react when they hear your name. When people mention you, when people are talking about you, whether directly or indirectly to this person. But the reality of it is, they're thinking about you. They're lonely. This could be you too as well, Gemini, where you don't really want people to know how you're really feeling, and therefore you don't react in any way, shape, or form. You're just kind of poker-faced when you hear this person's name, almost as if it doesn't even affect you. but in your heart, it's definitely pulling at your heartstrings there. Wow. I hid who I really am from you. That could have been part of the toxicity. If somebody was in a third party situation, or if somebody didn't fess up that they were married or they were taken and you guys ended up getting together and it just all blew up. And that's where that tower moment happened. I lost myself for a little while. What I get from that is at the time that this all kind of played out, they got so lost in perhaps the fairy tale of it all, because I feel that you guys had a very strong connection with this person. Clearly they're feeling lonely without you. You're feeling perhaps lonely without them. And you guys just got lost in the whole connection, feeling euphoric about perhaps how you guys interacted, the chemistry. But if part of the reality for some of you is someone was taken or married, could have been the feminine who was married. We do have a bride right here. And then it was time to come back down to reality. That's when that tower hit. Look at this. I look for you everywhere. What I get for this, especially for the divine masculine, this is what I'm getting, because it's right next to bride. So we might have a masculine here who might have moved on to other relationships, trying to find what they had with the feminine, this particular feminine who might have been married, but unable to replicate it, unable to duplicate it, unable to find the same level of perhaps passion, that magnetism, or even the love, just the feelings. It's just different, very special, okay? Because again, with this lion's energy, you guys are divinely fated to connect in this lifetime. For some of you, and again, take it if it applies, it does say a love and business partner. You guys might have met in a work environment, or you guys even talked about going into business with each other. I'm also getting for some masculines that maybe they moved on and ended up getting married, but they're still looking for that one feminine that they are no longer with. As you can see here, I mean, these cards, really, it says, I want to feel that way again. Yes, they do. But right now they're bitter because they're observing someone else living happily ever after with the person that they love. And that's really challenging. Really challenging. Okay? So I'm going to set these guys aside. Let's go ahead and clarify with some tarot. I mean, look at the way these cards are coming through to paint this particular storyline. It's intense. All right, I'm going to pull from my Illuminated Star Tarot here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini and love and life for the first half of August. Yeah, look at that. We've got the moon. Okay, so there was definitely deception going on here. Affairs, secrets, and lies. And so either you've got your boundaries up, Gemini, or the other person does. This connection, as strong as it was, it tested both of you guys. It really did. But we have someone here who perhaps didn't want to commit, wanted to just play perhaps, wanted to explore and see what was out there, which could explain why we've got affairs and deception and third-party references here. We have perhaps a masculine who tends to be or easily distracted, wanting their freedom, you know, kind of wanting their cake and eat it too. And maybe for a time there, they were able to have that cake and eat it too. But as you can see, Five of Cups, someone's grieving the loss of this partnership, feeling very lonely. That's the second time in this batch of cards that we have a reference to loneliness here. Somebody needing to heal old wounds here. that sense of loss that hurts. And as you can see here with this Hierophant card, someone was perhaps already committed. Someone could have already been married. But someone was also juggling here, as you can see, okay? So, if the genders are reversed, take it that way. But the way I'm interpreting this, just based off of the cards, we have a possibility of a feminine who was taken, who was already married, who was committed elsewhere. And we have a masculine here who perhaps was coming in with this toxic energy towards this partnership, juggling other people and entering into an affair, a third-party situation with this feminine here. It might have started off as just a physical connection for this masculine, but it didn't stay that way. You know, they're looking for you everywhere. They want to be able to feel that way again. This goes beyond just the physicality of it all. They're trying to replicate what they had at one point in time, perhaps with this feminine. So I feel masculine energies here, guys. And again, if it's reversed for your situation, then of course, take it that way. But I really feel a masculine has a lot of regrets. They are grieving the loss and absence of this feminine. They feel love, they feel regret, they feel remorse, they're lonely. Perhaps wishing that they could have handled this very differently. And if you happen to be masculine Gemini, or you're watching for a divine masculine Gemini, could be dealing with a Virgo here, or having Virgo in your chart. We do have the Hermit coming through. Somebody needs time to themselves. Somebody needs to figure something out within themselves, because the Hermit is all about soul searching. It's going within and desiring, I feel, to come back together, still wanting a reunion. But as long as someone is taken or married, committed elsewhere, that creates more chaos. That creates more toxicity. We've got the King of Wands coming in here. So this is a masculine, I feel, who wants to really take the lead in this situation. Part of what it is that they're dreaming about, and these are big dreams for this masculine, wanting to make this a reality in the 3D of bringing the two of you back together, Divine Feminine. But they have to do it the right way, because if we've got a situation here, once again, as I've mentioned, if someone's already taken, if they're still married, this is going to go back to square one. That contributed to why that tower came down to begin with. I can't believe these cards today. I was just saying that, look, we have the tower card right there. So that upheaval can repeat itself if lessons are not learned here, if you guys are just going back to the same type of scenario of third parties. You haven't progressed. There will be no progress if you guys end up going down the same road where you did already experience a tower moment. It can be avoided because you have the sun here. Okay? But in order for this tower to perhaps be averted and not be a part of where you guys are headed, patterns need to be broken that are toxic. Partnerships that perhaps whoever's married, committed elsewhere. I mean, if they're no longer happy in that partnership, then they're going to have to do the work to break free from that partnership in order for two people to ultimately come together and be free to be together, so that you can have this pure happiness that the sun can bring. But in the meantime, there's a lot of reminiscing going on here. You guys are missing each other, thinking about each other, which is totally understandable because you feel so connected to one another. But you can't go back to something that inevitably you know will be disastrous. And it will be disastrous if you guys don't break that pattern of what, ultimately broke you guys up to begin with. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some messages from your spirit guides here. I'm going to pull from Signs from Spirit, Love Oracle by Mystic Moon. Let's take a look at that. And then I'll grab a few cards from another deck to bring it all together, and then we'll clarify with tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for this love and life reading for Gemini. Look at this. Circles, completion. Yes, there are certain cycles that need to complete because old cycles are really toxic, as we've seen. You guys can't go back to where you've been without creating more chaos. Something has to change. This is interesting, these cards. We have umbrella, and then we have gray, depressed, detached, unemotional. I kind of feel that for someone here. I feel it for the masculine. It could be for the feminines too. This is interesting how we've got circles right here. So definitely cycles that need to complete, or you guys could have just been going around in circles. And perhaps, if you resonate with this umbrella, as it says, it represents shelter. So this is you sheltering yourself from that toxicity that keeps wanting to come back, perhaps. Or just protecting your space, you know? This to me could represent gray skies as well. Just feeling really melancholy, you know? And then we've got songs, information. There could be particular songs that you end up hearing during this time frame that might be giving you additional guidance or input regarding this connection. And then we have 111. You are a magical creator. Your thoughts are beginning to manifest. So make sure that whatever it is that you are manifesting, that it's coming from a good place, that you're being real and authentic with yourself, and removing any negative energies, as we've seen, any toxic energies that you might be surrounded by. And I love these cards today. Look at that, dove and peace. So we've got references to peace coming through here, Gemini. So right from the very beginning with the polar bear, there is a need to bring peace to your relationships, and getting yourself entangled in a third-party situation is not bringing peace into your life. Not at all. All right, so let's add to this with When Spirit Speaks by Medium on a Mission. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini, first half of August. I'm just going to pull a few from this deck. Look at this. You've got new beginnings. We have envision. And then we have perception. So this kind of reminds me of, you know, how we see things, obviously. And it reminds me very much of a little bit of the hangman energy, where you're being directed to see things from a new perspective. Sometimes you got to step away from somebody in order to make that happen. And just being able to envision a better future for yourself, and not getting yourself wrapped up in situations where you know it's going to result in tower moments. Okay, we've got trust. Trust issues could have been a factor as well as to why things went south between you and this person. Learning lessons, that needs to happen. Lessons need to be learned here, because if you don't learn those lessons, Gemini, you are repeating perhaps patterns that could land you where you started to begin with. Okay? And that's not making any sort of progress. So you don't want to revert back to where you've been, where you experienced something difficult and painful in your life, and certainly in your love life. So let's clarify that. I am going to pull from my Tabby Tarot teacher here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini, for this love and life reading. So you don't want to go back to unhealthy attachments, Five of Wands, competition. Exactly. You don't want that. You don't want this rivalry. It's really time to get away from that. Because if there's rivalry, Gemini, you're going after somebody that perhaps is not meant to be yours. So it really is time for you to look forward, look ahead to bigger and better things. You guys could both be in this energy where you're planning for a better future. And for some of you, the possibility of coming back together, it's not off the table. But I really feel here, in order to have a new cycle come in, then new things need to be introduced into this situation. That's why you have this new beginning card. So try to envision a better future with your person by removing those blocks, removing those negative energies, removing any attachments to third parties and all that, to restore this peace. Because it really starts with you. As it says, you are a magical creator. You have the potential to be able to manifest so many amazing things in your life, but you also have the potential to manifest things that will bring those tower moments down on you. So you have to make better decisions. Let's see what else. So Divine Masculine, Gemini, I feel, could be coming in with this energy of the King of Swords. So someone who could certainly be very rational minded. That is the King of Swords. It's all about mental clarity and structure for this person. They tend to think with their head rather than their heart, not too much in their emotions, not too much in their heart space. The masculine here could already have children or a child, either with the feminine or with previous partnerships. King of Swords can sometimes come off as someone who's very cold and unemotional and detached, as we see here. But the reality of it is, and I feel truly for the Divine Masculine, they're lonely. You know, they're missing the feminine here. But look at this. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So we've got more circles, wheels represented here. Destiny, good luck, good karma. Cycles. Cycles, new cycles, circles, new beginnings. That's coming through. So things can change for the better, but it's definitely going to take effort on your part. Eight of Wands represents progress, so that's good. Movement. Exciting times ahead. Either, Gemini, you swept this person off their feet, or that's the effect that they had on you. I definitely feel for the Divine Masculine here. They want to be able to manifest that new beginning with the feminine. A desire to manifest their dreams, and part of these dreams has a lot to do with reunions and coming back together. Laying foundations, a solid new beginning here is what they are hoping to manifest. So that's what's coming through there. All right, so let's take a look and see what some angel numbers are that we can tap into. We've already seen 111 right there. All right, so let's grab some numbers here. So from the Twin Flame Angel Numbers deck, this is another deck by Mystic Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please. So let's grab some numbers here for you, Gemini. 0330. This is a green light from your angels. The answer is yes. That, of course, is very positive, which is great. That can apply to so many things. Your love life, certainly, but your life overall. So whatever this green light is, it's telling you, go for it. A forward momentum. 1, 2, 3, 4. A forward momentum is beginning to take shape in this connection. So that to me indicates progress. So it's not impossible that you guys can find your way back to each other. Look at this. We've got 11, 11. Okay. This is the same type of energy as the Four of Wands, 11, 11. So if you happen to be seeing that time or that number, it's definitely trying to grab your attention here. And it does say awakenings and activations are at hand. Be on the lookout for signs guiding the way. Exactly. There's a lot of signs that might be presenting itself to you in the meantime. Here we are again. Look at that. 111. Fresh new concepts and ideas are being made available to you for the journey ahead. So that's fantastic that that's presenting itself here. And bottom of the deck, we've got 8338. You and your twin flame are mirroring each other's thoughts at this present time. Okay. So whenever I see that, it always reminds me of two people who basically are on the same page. You're both feeling the same way. And if someone, again, is either married or attached to another partnership, if they're no longer happy there, then they're going to have to break free from that attachment in order to perhaps be with the one that they love. And if this falls on your shoulders, Gemini, you know what it is that you need to do. Okay. And one last number, we have 1616. Your angels are guiding and assisting you towards your financial freedom. So if money matters has been an issue for some of you, financial freedom is at hand. So I feel that's a temporary drawback for some of you. All right, so that's what's presenting itself from the angel numbers. And wrapping it up with some dialogue here. So what they need to tell you now at this point, what is truly in their heart space for you. So I'm going to pull from my Heavenly Hearts Oracle deck here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. My face hurts when I think of you because I can't stop smiling. Okay? So there's a lot of smiles here, especially when they're reminiscing, feeling nostalgic about you. Let's perfect the art of making love. So something about perhaps those intimate moments, the physical connection, very strong, very magnetic, very passionate. Something to do with perhaps the last time you guys made love. They're still remembering that. Sometimes I smile for no reason. So there's something about the way you smile, the way you make them smile. You could also really love this person's smile. So sometimes I smile for no reason until I realize the reason for my smile is you. Let's grab a couple more. I don't ask for much. I only need your love forever. Beautiful message. And lastly, you don't have to touch me to touch me. So a couple of interpretations from that. When two people are in separation and you're still feeling each other's energies, maybe there could be some telepathic communication going on here, some astral travel, or even connecting in the 5D world. That's how you guys are able to touch each other. You know, whether that's a figurative interpretation until you guys can come back in 3D and to be able to touch each other for real. I feel perhaps, Gemini, that you're fantasizing about that, being with your person, being able to touch them the way you'd like. That doesn't necessarily just mean sexual in meaning. It could just be something as simple as holding someone's hand, being able to kiss them, hold them, cuddle up next to them. Okay, something as simple as that. But clearly, you know, there's also a reference here to being intimate with one another. And they miss that. They think about that. And maybe since you guys are mirroring each other, which could be a reference to a twin flame connection for some of you, that you're on the same page. You want the same things. So clear out whatever that negative vibe is. Third parties cannot be a part of the equation moving forward in order to create that progress. So it's not impossible. It can be done. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one for the first half of August. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Take care.